Joining me on the phone, Missouri's Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder is taking issue with these United Nations affiliated election monitors that are wanting to come into a number of states, including our own here in Missouri, and basically try to target conservative groups who are doing poll watching. In Missouri, as I've told you before, we have a number of counties where we have more registered voters than actual people living in said counties. And so there is legitimate concern for voter fraud and wanting to make sure that the integrity of the vote is upheld. So now the UN is getting involved to try to suppress activities in the works by conservative groups who simply want to uphold voter integrity. Lieutenant Governor, good afternoon to you. What say you about this issue?
Well, thank you for having me on again, Dana. And by the way, terrific, fabulous song on GM, lampooning GM.
Yes.
By your husband. I really enjoyed it, laughing out loud.
Thank you.
Hey, my answer is UN observers, monitors have no business in our elections and should be kept out of Missouri. And I'm calling on legislative leaders from in the majority party in both the House and Senate, Republican leadership, to join me in saying that we will not have these UN election monitors in our state. I was inspired yesterday by seeing Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott on Fox News about this time yesterday afternoon, saying that he didn't want them in Texas. He told them to stay out. And he said in the state of Texas, they have a statute that says that if they get within 100 feet of the polling place, he's going to have them arrested.
Ooh.
So we've conducted elections in this country for 236 years. And we don't need the UN coming in and giving us a look over the shoulder or any kind of monitoring at all. And let me just say, Dana, that this is of a piece with the creeping affection for the UN and embrace of the UN that the left has. Every other week, somebody from the Obama administration, either the worst attorney general in American history, Eric Holder, or Hillary Clinton, or somebody is over at the UN from Obama's administration, planning to sign away our sovereignty, planning to give up our gun rights and bring the UN in over our Second Amendment rights, or submit us to a regime of global taxation. And if your listeners think I'm overstating this, this is the agenda of a reelected Obama in a second term.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. That is absolutely is. And the thing about this UN group, too, that gets me, Lieutenant Governor, is I don't quite understand how anyone who is not these aren't citizens of our country who are coming over. These are people who are from Europe and
they're from
Asia.
Albania.
Yeah. They're coming over here to watch and to point fingers at conservatives.
Right. And to probably, I think the agenda is to suppress votes in conservative areas.
Oh, my goodness.
And we're not going to stand for it in Missouri as long as I have the capacity. And thank you so much for having me on your show to discuss it.
Exactly. Yeah. And and you're right, too, I about the United Nations and the things that this administration and of course, the Democrat leadership here in the state of Missouri as well, rubber stamping the ceding of our sovereign rights, so many of them over to the United Nations. And like this, for example, I mean, you're from Southern Missouri. I'm from Southern Missouri. You were very involved with the Joplin story as well. And you, in fact, were the one who was ringing the alarm about how there were 10,000 disenfranchised voters down in Joplin, and the Secretary of State was doing absolutely nothing to accommodate these individuals. And it was very convenient that it was happening right before a primary. The UN's not coming over to help with anything like that. They're just coming over to point fingers and throw names around at conservatives. And this is all with the approval of the Democrat leadership.
Right. Right, Dana. And so you're right to point to the opposition here. My opponent, who Missourians fired as state auditor after one term 2 years ago. She is the original endorser in statewide office of Senator Barack Obama's presidential campaign. She maxed out in her donation to him. She is all for Obamacare. She has no respect for the right to life of the innocent unborn, nor for Second Amendment rights. The issue contrast in my race as someone who has fought against Obamacare, who is endorsed with an A+ rating by the NRA, who is rated pro-life by Missouri Right to Life, and has their Defender of Life award on my wall. The issue contrast could not be greater. And all constitutionalists in our state, all conservatives need to rally to the Romney-Ryan ticket and to our Republican ticket, because it's all on the line.
Oh, yes.
In this election 12 days from today.
Oh, 12 days from today. We could decide whether or not we're going to go back towards freedom and more back towards the Constitution, the original intent, or if we're going to just fall right off the cliff of socialism here. And we've seen, it's just some of the things that I've seen, not just from this administration, but, Democrats in the state of Missouri, from the gubernatorial race to the Senate race as well. I don't see anything new from any of these individuals. I don't see anything new from them in terms of proposals for Missouri. I don't see anything but the continual rubber stamping of policies that have killed jobs.
4 more years of the Obama agenda from them. It's 4 more years of class warfare and bashing successful rich people, the kind of people who create jobs with their investments, the kind of people who hire folks, are under attack by this administration. And there isn't a Democrat in statewide office in Missouri who has any quarrel with any part of that radical agenda.
Mm-hmm. And especially where it concerns, and I wanted to ask you this too while I have you on the line, especially, you've been out there doing everything that you can to help boost the economy in Missouri and raise awareness for the jobs lost. Here we have a Democrat incumbent in the gubernatorial race, Democrat incumbent in the Senate. Both of these individuals have been rubber stamps on this administration's energy policies, which are absolutely going to obliterate affordable energy in Missouri. We're going to see our prices raised by up to over 20%. We have some of the most affordable energy prices in the state of Missouri, with the signage of that MACT rule, with Jay Nixon's with what he believes on coal and everything else. I just don't understand how you can campaign in Missouri, say you hate coal, which basically translates to I hate Missouri jobs and the low cost of your energy here.
Well, they hate coal. They hate all fossil fuels. The Obama administration has a war on fossil fuels, and there is no Democrat in statewide office or even in public life in Missouri who has even raised a peep of protest about the plan on cap and trade was to double our energy prices in Missouri. And when they could not get even a Democrat majority Congress to pass it, then they resorted to, rule by decree from the EPA.
Right.
They're just doing it by regulatory dictate. We're another 4 years and we will be close to a South American banana republic instead of the self-governing constitutional republic of limited government that our founders gave us.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Well, Lieutenant Governor, what can individuals do in terms of, back to this United Nations story, what can they do to push back at some of, if the UN succeeds and we have these election monitors from foreign countries coming over to essentially suppress conservative poll watching, what option do we have to combat that?
I'd say take it up with your state senator, your state representative, and alert your fellow citizens that there is nothing that can be as effective, nothing can match an informed, alert citizenry. Go out and research this issue, put up Facebook posts, get on Twitter, follow people like Dana Lash. Don't miss her radio program, and you'll stay informed, and we can all fight together.
Absolutely. Lieutenant Governor.
The first words of our Constitution are we the people, Dana.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for all of you do to help raise the alarm about these issues. And we'll keep watch over this, and I know we'll be talking to you again. Thank you so much. All right, take care. All right, folks, quick break. We have your calls. When we come back, Rob goes, can we send them to Cook County? We'll get his call when we return. Keep it here.